my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. I found some numbers in a piece of news that I've been waiting for a long time, and that is the number of foreign mercenaries involved in Ukraine, fighting on Ukraine's side. This is according to the Russian military spokesman that had a briefing, or at least a video that he posted, and he gives very important numbers. I love this kind of articles when you have numbers. So this is a video that you can also watch, and it's on YouTube. It's available, and you can also find it in some articles. This is the it comes from, as I said, Russian army's spokesman, and this is how it starts. It says that the flow of foreign mercenaries to Ukraine has not only decreased, but is actually turning into the opposite direction. Then it says, despite the Kiev regime's efforts and increased payments, the process of mercenaries leaving to the other world or back to their countries of residence has not been stopped by the Kiev leadership. So they says, well, some people die, some people just go back. And he says, here he gives the numbers. He says, since Russia's special military operation in Ukraine, 6,956, that is almost 7,000, mercenaries and weapons operating specialists from 64 countries have arrived in Ukraine. So I repeat, it is about 7,000, which is 6,956. I don't know how they got the exact numbers, but well, basically probably through their intelligence, if you know what I mean. Mercenaries and weapons operating specialists from 64 countries have arrived in Ukraine. Now, he claims that 1,956, so that's almost 2,000, are dead. 1,779 of them left Ukraine. So 1,956 dead, 1,779 left, so went back. Then he says, since Russia's special operation, it says that they were able to identify mercenaries and specialists from European countries. And now he gives the names of the countries where the mercenaries came from. Poland, 1,831. Romania, 504. UK, 422. It says mercenaries and specialists from American continent countries. Canada, 601. United States, 531. Now, I repeat, these are mercenaries from European countries. Now, I don't know if these guys are, let's say, they just transited and entered Ukraine through these countries, or they are citizens or residents of the I've mentioned countries here. So Poland, 1,831, Romania, 504, UK, 422, Canada, 601, USA, 530. Then he goes on to say that in total, our lists as on June 17th, 2022, include mercenaries and weapons operating specialists from 64 countries. Since the beginning of the special military operation, he continues, 6,956 people have arrived in Ukraine. So almost 7,000 people have arrived. He calls them mercenaries and specialists. And he says 1,956 have already been eliminated. So 2,000 out of 7,000. 2,000 out, okay. And 1,779 have left. So they turned around and said bye-bye. Well, this is the list of the mercenaries, and I am very happy to have these numbers as they are, provided obviously by the Russian military, as when you, for instance, read or watch some of my posts, my videos regarding the Russian losses in a war, and they are provided by the Ukrainian side. I always caution that the source will obviously exaggerate the numbers. So in this case, I'm pretty sure that the Russians are. I don't have any factual evidence to say that they're exaggerating, but life tells us that yes, in this kind of situations, they always do, or most of the time. So that's a normal thing to do. But that's why if they say 7,000, I don't know if that's 7,000 or it's 5,000 or 200. It's a fight of propaganda left and right. It's not only the Russians or the Ukrainians. It's even the so-called free world news outlets that pretend to be objective and fair and blah blah blah. You know what I'm talking about, because you've been bombarded with that every day since your birth. It's not only now, it's always been like this. This is human nature. That's why we as species, we have a maximum that we can attain based on our qualities and defects, and we can't pass that. That's why civilizations go up, and it's the cycle of civilization. I think it's nine or eight stages of civilization when they go and young and then go over. I think we're in the eighth, almost the latest stage here in the United States with all that's happening, and you can see the same cultural changes that occur here, or they're pushed here. They're not occurring just like that. They're pushed. You could read them in ancient Rome, at the end of the ancient Rome, and you get some clues. And not only that, you can look at China as well. So nevertheless, mercenaries are there. He claimed over here that the Ukrainian government pays them. And if you remember, I made a video regarding an article where they stated they covered the other side, talking about the the two Americans that were captured, and they were talking about that these guys were enrolled in a unit that they're paid the same income, the same money as the Ukrainian military, which is crap. Therefore they're not mercenaries. They are in the Ukrainian army technically or tactically, and they are paid wages as every other military. So they're not mercenaries. They're covering for them. They're covering whatever they say. I'm just reporting what these guys say, in order to not to be sentenced to death like the other two Brits and Moroccan, uh, called by the Russians mercenaries and terrorists. So nevertheless, these are the numbers, and I'm glad I found this one for my own pleasure, not that kind of pleasure, and I'm happy that I can share that with you. So thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.